Welcome in everyone to another stream. Late night crime. I should not be up at this hour, but we're gonna run it for a little bit because the TikTok chat is popping, and as long as the boys are down to hang out, I'm down to hang out for a bit. I think this is really, really loud. It's not that loud. Let me know if the music is too loud. Let's see what the TikTok has to say because I was gonna answer some questions and I was like, let me go live on the other ones. Bro's the final boss of bag holders. That's not what we want to see. Yoo-hoo in here. I didn't even have anything up besides the Meteora challenge banner. He goes, why Meteora? So if he's down to ask more questions, I'm down to answer him. But I was saying, it's very peculiar how many people in the TikTok chat are now aware of Meteora. Like, I think it's gone up at least like 200%, 300% since the past like 2 months. So that's good. Wait, Sammy's here. Why'd your coin bond recently? You were stalking me, huh, Sammy? How much can I make from the .2 perk if I add it to Lickpool? Yo, buy that spine fog. I made 100k from Jimothy and have a 0.2% moon bag. If I add that to a lick pool, how much can I make? Why is everyone asking me about liquidity pools now? It's so interesting. Where are you guys seeing me? If you guys have heard from Meteor from me, what's up, ZQ? On the kick. What's up right here? AKA Ali. Why is everyone asking about liquidity pools? I'll tell you everything you need to know about liquidity pools if you tell me where you heard about them. The Cabal is starting to like the LMM, Gunna. How's the market right now? What's up, Edgar? It's been a little bit. What is liquidity pool? No way Kitty is in here. I think that's the first time. One of the first times. Maybe one of the only messages I've seen from Kitty. What's up, Kitty? Thanks for always liking the posts and stuff. I always see ya and makes me smile. Is Jimothy a rug or not, bro? Is it already too late to buy though? So, interesting question, and I am not gonna have a good answer for you because my friend earlier, I won't say his name, but he probably won't watch this anyways. My friend earlier blasted Jimothy at 6 mil, and he was like, bro, everything that gets this high just continues to run. And I was like, to be honest, you're right. The market is changing, and the imagination for how high tokens can go is changing. And we can thank Ansem probably for that. But we had Febu recently that ran like to 6 mil or something. And I think the trenches were hungry for another animal token. And this fit the bill. Not only is he a genetically mutated raccoon, but also his name is Jimothy. And Jimothy, the more I was thinking about it today, I was like, Jimothy is a perfect name for a runner. And the thing is, if there's another video of Jimothy or something, or more news on him, this thing could run crazy. I'm not saying it's not going to run crazy right now. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest, but it's probably going to be not a bad idea to bid this. Thanks, Kitty. You're too kind. You're too kind. Yeah, were you able to ride Jimothy? Mythical, I bid it at the very, very beginning, and I got like $5 in fees. So I was not able to ride it really. You think it's a good time to start with meme coin trading? I think it's 100% a good idea to start learning about it, or start being present and paying attention to what tokens are running every day. You don't necessarily need to start trading right now, but if you are logging in and just viewing tokens and viewing narratives and keeping up with what is going on, I think it's 100% a good time. Gunna, it just scrolled down, but Gunna was talking about Jimothy being a sludge animal. Thanks, Edgar. Thanks for tuning in, bro. You've been here from the beginning. I appreciate you. Zoom in the chart, can't see shit. The boys at the LP Army printed hard earlier. I bet they were. I'm kind of jealous, but also I was just in a spot that I don't know if I was going to bid this. Also, with that being said, I think it's almost time we cut this loss. Printed a good amount on it, I know, but and like honestly, if I sell this, it's just gonna God Kindle, to be honest. So the smart thing probably, like probability wise, is just to stay in and wait for it to pump. But we're only down 124. But I don't want to be down a lot because I put in 15 soul into this. How much supply you think Duve has? I have no idea. That's a good question. Gun is probably the better person to ask for that. Or Alex in the chat. I'm officially round trip this month. How to recover crime. I think I'm still down on the month, Ali. So we're in the same boat, brother. How to recover? Just don't throw away more money. Don't do anything too risky. Just be patient, and everything should come back in time. We're getting runners. If you miss Jimothy, that's okay. I didn't play Jimothy very tight, or I didn't really play Jimothy at all. I made like 10 bucks maybe on this one. I think maybe. I don't know, bro. It's so weird because yes, this is like what the trenches were fiending for. They're looking for like another animal runner. We had Ansem for the past month, and we had the Truth Terminal kind of vibe. And then Jimothy was kind of just like the perfect meme, honestly, for it. But I don't know how low we bid this down to. I really don't. Like, I don't want to go tight on this right now. It's still just straight up, and you never know. I'm not saying Jimothy is weak or anything, but like something like this can just kind of come down here and start consolidating. So, I think I'll probably bid this overnight, but maybe 75% down or something. Do you make money when the chart goes sideways? Yes. How did you know? How much have you made this month? I think I'm down this month. Technically, the Meteora portfolio, the profit tracker is going to show you I'm up 3K, but I have thrown away some money trading spot, which this does not track because this only tracks LP P&L. I don't know. Maybe we're up like 1K, something like that. I don't know. But currently, the portfolio is at like 220 Solana, so that should give you your answer. I'm not at all-time highs. Would it be smart to put 300 into Jimothy right now? Guys, I don't know why. I do know why, but I don't know why. Like, traditionally, when you're trading tokens, you should not be blasting the top, okay? Because imagine everyone from this average, they're selling on you. They want you to buy here. So, I don't know, bro. Like, technically, this could go 60, 80, 100 mil. Technically, in this market, and, like, it's so strong. Like, we haven't had a 20 mil runner since Ansem, I believe. Ansem was the last token to go that high. I think it's top for now. Ansem bot. Everyone already made money. Exactly. Like, maybe it continues to go up from here. But even if it goes up to 40 mil, like what, you're going to make a little bit more than a 2x. At this point in the chart, it's just not really worth it for me to buy. And we might look back in like a week and it might be at 100 mil. But again, it's just like it's not really worth it. I'm still waiting to see. People are saying the trenches are back. Ansem's tweeting the trenches are back, etc. But there's still really no need to blast this right now. You can just, if you really want exposure to this, you can go tighter on Meteora. You can maybe set up like a 50% range, but you know what I mean? I've been into meme coins, just been solo trying to learn. Bro, it's a really good place to learn from this channel. Sorry, Sammy, I didn't check your DM. This is a really good area to learn. And if you want to join the Telegram, feel free to go ahead and join. I'll pull up the QR code for you since the links are kind of bugging right now. You can screenshot this and join. This is my public group, all free, and the only thing that we ask is that you don't send absolute slop tokens. With a lot of people joining recently, theirs have been like 7K shitters sent, and typically If an admin, if Gunna sends a coin, I think we actually mod Gunna right now because he deserves it. I don't know how to do it though. But anyways, if you see an admin send a token, doesn't mean to just blindly ape, but it means to maybe pay attention to it because all of the admins in here are LPers, so they're not going to be blasting the top of these tokens. They're sending them because they think they're good LP plays usually. So again, you don't have to even enter an LP because a token by them gets sent, but I'm just saying those are going to be the more trustworthy people. So obviously be careful. Just because a CA gets sent doesn't mean you should ape it. Alright, this song is enough. This guy's voice is very annoying. Let's see if we have any more SoundCloud bangers before. This one's a banger. And we get an ad. Unreal. No, is that Trump? Alright, we gotta cut this. Bro, I'm gonna sell the bottom. I'm gonna sell the fucking bottom. But hey guys, this is risk management. This is so cringe. Am I actually cutting the loss here? Jimothy's kind of vamping it though. I'm literally gonna sell in the deepest red wick we have. I really don't want to cut it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really don't want to cut this loss. What's up? What's up, Ace? What's up, Tix? The IDN in Thai community at Tix is here. What's up, Cyber? Yo, you a bow, bro? Not sure what that means. LP on Jimothy, sir. How does Wilbert know what an LP is? Literally never seen Wilbert in here, and everyone's asking about LPs. How do all of you guys know? Low key Gunna. I know, bro. Are you gonna refund me if it gets wrecked, Gunna? Do you trade new pairs? Not really. I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to learn more from some friends how to trade new pairs. But not my expertise. I've grown this account 98% from not trading new pairs. Have you checked Aerodrome yet? They offer LP multi-chain on one platform. I've not. Are you LPing Robinhood with Aerodrome? Don't worry, Alex. Just hold the LMM. Market down so bad. I wouldn't say the market's down that bad. It's just super concentrated. You know what I mean? Like all of the volume is concentrated on specific runners. Like you're low-key not gonna find a low-key TikTok meme that's running. And back in the day, that was my favorite thing to play. Bro, Gunna, I wanna hold it. I wanna hold it. Thoughts on Jimothy? I don't know, bro. Will it pass 20 mil? Again, it's so I have no idea. I have no idea. All I'm saying is like the trenches have an imagination now. They're feeding for an animal runner. This fits the bill. Jimothy, good name, genetically mutated raccoon. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I've been telling chat, I'm not top blasting this right now, but it's probably a good LP. You know what I mean? Like 23 mil in volume is kind of one of those like plays that you just LP just because of the narrative that's going on. I feel like there's gonna be no new news, but Jimothy comes down and some money might trickle back because Trump coin is huge. I know, Alex, you're right. I'm gonna hold. Please don't get me down bad as fuck again. What's up, Doji? Nice to see you here, boss. Yeah, Ace. Sorry to not give you a clear answer, but I have no idea. I could do anything, really. I think bidding it 75% down is not a bad idea. I'll say that. And I'll probably bid ask it. I'll probably leave it overnight. Bro, fucking Soul is just written off into the grave at this point. But honestly, if I sold it, Alex, it would literally just pump in a week or something. Think clearly, like it, sir. Thanks, Supreme. I try to be clear when I'm not being stupid. Af. How do you, when you have Solana OGs like Hads talking about Jimothy at 6 mil, you LP it, got fees and manage ranges? Yeah, freaking who was telling me? I forget who was telling me that the LP army was cooking on it. Bro, I did the MetaDAO one actually, but the fees were like, the fees to me were just a little bit mediocre. I was talking to Will today, and he told me like 5 minutes before, he was like, bro, this thing's dropping in 5 minutes. LP it. And I was like, are you damming or DLMMing? He's like, I'm gonna do both. And I just DLMM'd it, and I put in like 10 soul, just spot like 40% range or 50% range. I made like 30 bucks, but the print was just a little bit underwhelming to be in. Maybe it'll be a good long term, but just I was kind of thinking it was a little bit low. You know what I mean? How do you select pools to join when it's running? Typically, Cyber, I'll just go into the pool with the most TVL. Bro, I saw that. I saw that, Gunna. I woke up and I saw that it was down like 30% or something and back at the regular market cap. I was like, what the fuck happened? Hey, thank you, Jazz World, for the roses, bro. Welcome in, Jazz World. It's been a little bit. I did soul pairing main pair is USDC and I ended up getting 110%. Damn, that's really good. How tight did you go, Kitty? On the volume spike, the dynamic fees was 2% on 0.5%. It was crazy good. What? Really? On Meta? Scrub. I guess I didn't give it enough time. I need this to go, man. Bro, this has been such a good print, though. Like, this is the first time I've been in a pool where at the very bottom of it, I was break even. Like, literally no loss at all. I could have cut it for break even when it fell out of range, but let's just hope it does another one of these dribble, 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 bang, dribble, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying? Give me one of those. It's 3 a.m., bro. Just wait till morning. Yeah, it is very late. Robinhood has been cooking. My Robinhood pools are actually doing quite well. Let's see what the $1,000 portfolio is at now. 20.99, not bad. We got some pumps on some stuff. Ah, so bright though. We gotta get off that. Is there anything else running we should be looking at, or is it literally just Jimothy domination? Again, I don't really want to go tight on Jimothy right now. Like, again, overnight, we'll look at the Jimothy pool. We'll at least analyze it for you guys if we can stick on the Meteor UI instead of, I also have, like, no available liquidity, if you can see. Unfortunately. Ansem, I need to go. Shut up. Shut up, please. Shut up. Not what I meant to play. Banger, banger. Selena Gomez, banger. Wait, that's not even the right one. Jimothy is what we were looking for. See, this is kind of where it comes into, like, if the 100 bin 3% pool had 428k, this top pool, the 0.550 bin, has 428k. This has 360k. If these were flip-flopped, I'd probably choose the 100 bin 3%. But at this point in time, I think the 0.550 is better, unless Jimothy like nukes 50% overnight. then maybe the 100 bin 3%. But these are one of those cases where it gets really, really close in the prints on these. If you enter identical positions with identical ranges, they're probably going to be really similar. So it doesn't matter all that much. Like, you might get a 2 or 3% difference in the prints on these pools. Let's see where everything is stacked, though. So, if you guys are LPers, I'm sure most of you know this. If you've been using Meteor software, I'm sure you know this. But you can zoom out on the curve. And it's going to show you where most of the liquidity is stacked. So here you can see there is a huge, huge amount of buy-side liquidity. Not that that really matters. Like, there's a ton of liquidity in this pool. Obviously, there's like 4.4k sold bidding to the downside. But that's not always going to mean that the token is bullish. Even though there's a ton of liquidity, yes. But I've seen like the sell pressure can eat through this, and the buy side liquidity does give it more support. Okay, it does. But it doesn't matter. It can still get eaten through. I don't know what my point was saying that, but just something for you to keep in mind. What's up, RJ? 3% around 40 to 47 was within 10 minutes. Damn. Okay, I was lacking then. What's up, Angry Uncle? Thanks for supporting. Do you know what percent fees to use and when? Really cool style of trading. Amazing, honestly. Thanks, Chad. Again, some people come in here and they clearly have seen what we're doing and they're like, well, like, wouldn't you just make more trading? It's like, obviously you can make more just holding its spot if you bought super early. But I think something that Mir said, he's tweeted it a few times, but LPing can be just another step in your trading process. You know what I mean? And this is something that I've kind of wanted to showcase more, especially for people who like trade with big size, because I think we're starting to get viewership of people who obviously make a lot of money. And I think it's just important for people to realize that you can hold spot and make your money. And then at this point, like, let's say you get in all the way down here and somehow you top ticket, great. If you think this token is going to survive, now is the time to LP it, right? You don't want to try to time your entry with a perfect buy here because it's going to be way harder. But if you say, okay, I think it's going to go minus 75% down, now you can just set up an LP with a ton of size if you want to. Like, if you made a huge bag on this, then just redeposit your Solana and bid it again with an LP. And now if it does something like this, like, you were just straight chilling. You know what I mean? Bro, Jad, you ain't gotta gas me up like that. Matthew says, not a low IQ meme coin, TT Live. Drone. Hey, thanks for not calling me a drone. I appreciate that. I'm not a genius, so I will not take that title because there are people out there who are way better than me at doing this, and I'm definitely not as locked in as I should be. Like, this portfolio could be way higher if I wasn't an idiot, but that's the way it goes. You know Busy? Of course I know Busy. Wait, I never looked at Sammy's DM. I have so many tabs. You learned LPing from him? That's sick. So if I have 0.2%, how much can I make? It really depends on what the chart does, okay? Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you have 0.2% of this token right here, and you set up a range. It depends where you set up your range and how long it stays in your range, okay? So if you have 0.2% and you set up an LP, like, let's pretend I have 16k of this token, right? I set up my range, what does this say? 41% up, and we set it up evenly. If the token continues to appreciate, we will earn fees as it goes up, but at the top of this orange bar, we have sold out of all of our supply. So if it continues to go up from here, you're not going to have any more supply. You will have the token fees that you've made on the way up. Okay, another scenario. Let's say it does something like this. and goes to fucking like 60 mil. You would have made just holding the token, right? Because it's going straight up and you sold out of your tokens here. But if for some reason the token instead doesn't do that and hangs around here and bounces around forever, like probably not likely it does this, but I'm giving you a scenario, then your LP is probably going to cook really, really hard and you might have made more from LPing it. So, or in the other case, if you were super confident that this goes up like 300%, then you set up your range higher. So it depends. It's really hard because to make more LPing, you kind of have to guess the top of where it sells out. Otherwise, if it goes something like this and you sell it here, like I said before, and you would have made more just holding it. But I hope that answers your question. I don't know if I fully explained that. What do you think about Cash Cat? I don't even know. I haven't looked at it recently. We'll look at it in a second. Yeah, Ansem. I am currently in Ansem. I had to rebalance, and if you look at the history here, I did pretty well in Ansem. We had 1 soul, 1.4 soul, minus 3.3, plus 0.2, minus 2, plus 5, plus 1, minus 5. So actually, like, we're barely up LPing Ansem all time. But it's fine because if this ends up working out, we can just keep stacking and keep LPing it. But like, I've managed to stay in range well and rebalance diligently, but as you can see from what we just added up, we are in profit, but like maybe 1 or 2, and probably could have done better on it, but Gunna, what are you talking about? Floppy Bowl is bonding, bro. I'm not checking that. Yeah, it's slop. I'm sorry. I don't even have to pull up the chart for that. When is Busy gonna make the comeback? I haven't seen him post any LP P&Ls in a while. It keeps getting worse and worse, Gunna. We're now down 219. Gunna, can you pump this? Cheesy Michael trend on TikTok has meme coin potential? Does anyone in the chat want to respond? Because I am not on TikTok, which is minus EV as hell. And I wish I scrolled it more, to be honest, so I was more in touch. Has anyone else heard of the Cheesy Michael? Is it big? Also, TikTok memes just aren't really running right now. Like, I used to love playing them because they would range around for a while. They would dump 70-80%. They would catch fire again and go higher. And that used to be like a very profitable strategy of mine. But as of the past 2 months, it hasn't been working really at all. Do you lose money if it goes out of your zone, or does it close your position? So you have to manually close your position, and yes, you typically are going to lose money if it comes out of your range. So you can see here on this one, it's out of my range. My range are these 2 blue bars, and now I am down $218. But actually, when it broke out of the bottom of my range, which is typically where I would cut my loss, withdraw, and sell, I was actually break even just from the fees I generated. But yeah, typically when it goes out of your range, you're going to be losing money. Really, Alex? Have you sent any of them? I'm not even aware. Thank you for the follow, Michael. Damn, why is the TikTok chat popping at 3 a.m.? I see. What coin is this? Are you really asking what coin this is when it looks like literal death? This is the Trump coin that I'm down on. We should probably not look at this any longer. I also made I made an LP I made an LP on the LMM coin, which is my stream token. Finally bonded after a whole entire year. So if you guys want to join me in LPing this, feel free. Come provide some buy-side liquidity for your boy. I feel so weird even like mentioning it, but it's at the point now where it's a pool, so I don't feel that bad for people providing buy-side liquidity. I made some on an alright messy meme that's social media viral. Was it the one where he like made the face? I need to turn down my fucking volume. Can you only do LP for soul coins? You can LP, so I'm actually LPing Robinhood tokens also. But you have to use Uniswap, and the Uniswap interface sucks balls compared to Meteora. If you use Meteora and you go to Uniswap, you're gonna wonder how the devs have not been keeping up with any of the new tech. Like this LP software is literally archaic compared to Meteora. It really makes you feel like lucky to even have a tool. What's up, Anakin? How's Granular? Bro, that one, Jed, that one actually looked pretty good in my opinion. But I was kind of scared to play it. All right, we'll give one Meteor explanation for you guys, even though I'm like almost out of commission. I actually need to go to bed soon. Because Gag says I'm a beginner and still can't tell when to make a good entry. So here's your motivation to learn how to use Meteora. Because we'll use Jimothy as an example, okay? Let's say you want exposure to this token. Not entirely wise, in my opinion, to buy at this level. When you are trading on a terminal or something, you click the buy button, you click it, and you're in. You're in at this price. So at this point, it has to go up for you to make money. If it even goes down 1%, you're already losing money. So getting a perfect entry on meme coins is very, very hard. Unless you're like super early. Okay, being early is always going to make you the most money, but I almost never buy any token early. My strategy instead is to wait for the initial pump, right? And typically strong memes are going to, right? Meme coins typically just don't go straight up. Again, Jimothy can go 40 mil, it can go 60 mil. I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying I'm not really willing to buy it here. Instead of finding the perfect entry, even if it comes down to like, even if it does something like this, right? You have to like snipe this or snipe this. And even if you snipe it here, you're going to be out of profit here. So on Meteora, instead what you can do, what my strategy is to pick the bottom, try to predict the bottom of a token. So instead we might say, okay, it really shouldn't go below 4 mil on the downturn, on the correction, right? So instead, whatever money, let's say you were going to buy 10 Sol right here, right? Instead of buying 10 Sol here and being instantly exposed, Meteora is going to take your 10 Solana and split it. Okay, real quick, intermission. When you are buying on trading terminals, if you guys don't come from a stock background or trading background, a market order is what you're using on most trading terminals. That is going to get you in instantly at the current price. So current price is 16.28 mil. If you click the buy button on Axiom or something, your 10 Sol is going to get converted at 16 mil, right? A limit order is going to instead say, okay, I'm going to take my 10 Sol. I don't want to buy it here at 16 mil. I'm willing to buy it if it comes down to 13 mil. So now your 10 Solana is resting here down at 13 mil. So if the token does something like this, right, and doesn't come to 13 mil, your 10 Sol is still resting here. It hasn't been executed yet. So essentially, they're like trigger orders. They will not trigger unless the price comes down. If it does come down, then it hits your price. Yes, okay, you're going to get filled into the token. Limit orders provide liquidity, okay, because they are resting on the chart. They are sitting here waiting for sellers to take advantage. When you are market buying and you're getting in here, you're taking liquidity because you are getting in instantly. You're taking from someone that is already selling the tokens to get it instantly. So providing liquidity, limit orders. Taking liquidity, market orders, right? So instead of buying your 10 Sol right at 13 mil, right? That is a limit order. And you have to wait until it comes down again. If it doesn't come here, your order is not going to get executed. It has to hit your price because it's almost like a bid, right? On eBay or something, you're like, okay, I'm willing to buy this item. Or if you're buying shoes on StockX or something, you're willing to buy it here. So you have to wait for it to come down. Okay, that's what a limit order is. What Meteora does is it takes your 10 Solana, it splits up between a ton of different limit orders, okay? Automatically. So you don't have to go and individually set up these limit orders, right? It's going to spread it out all the way down to the bottom of your range. So each of these lines I'm drawing is your 10 Solana split up, okay? On top of that, on top of this, right, you can see how this works better. Because now if it comes down to here, right, let's say 3 of your Solana is converted. It comes down to here, 6 of your Solana is converted. If it comes down to here, 9 Solana is converted. This gives you a better average, right? So instead of buying it like right here, like having a whole limit order at 13 mil like we said, at this point you're going to have a way better average than just buying it here. Or if you think about our initial example of buying a market order up here, you're so screwed if it's down here. But if you set up a bunch of different limit orders like this, then you're only going to be partially filled and you're going to have a way better average. On top of all of that, Meteora allows you to earn fees when your Solana gets converted to the token, right? So when it comes down in your range, you get fees in the token. When it goes up in your range, you actually sell back out of your tokens to Solana, you get fees in Solana. When it comes down, you get fees in the token. When it goes up, you get fees in Solana. When it goes down, you get fees in the token. When it goes up, you get fees in Solana. So if it bounces around like this, then you are going to cook very, very hard. Now, I hope you guys are able to see how this scenario is entirely better than trying to time the exits. Because on Meteora, you can get out for profit on this bounce due to your fees. You can get out on this bounce due to your fees. You can get out on this bounce due to your fees. Even right here, you can probably get out in profit. So Meteora allows you to have a way larger margin for error when you are trading tokens. Now, you can still take a loss here. If it comes all the way through and dumps through your range, all of your 10 Sol is converted to the token. Like, the last order you have is right here. If it goes to 0, then all of your Solana has been converted to the token. At this point in the chart, if it is down here, this is all sell orders. All of your Solana has been converted at this point. So you can still take losses if the token goes to 0. And usually you're in a loss right here. So this is why typically I'm going to cut my loss when it comes out of the range. But again, you can see how this gives you a larger margin for error because you just select the bottom of your range and your plan is that it shouldn't really come down to here. If it comes down to here, you are cutting it really, really close, right? Because you might even be in a loss right here. If it's moved enough in your range, your hope is always that your fees offset the pool depreciation, okay? So if it comes down to here, you might be in a loss. But if it gets even one decent spike right here, you can get out for profit here. So you can see how much more beneficial this is because you opened your pool up here at a higher price. Now it's actually at a lower price down here, right? And you can still get for profit. That was way too much brain power for someone awake at 3:37 a.m. That was way too much work. Way too much. Banger just came on though, let's go. What do you think is the best fee collection mode? Sell when possible or wait for spike? I try to wait for spikes. Paying for the LP, it says error occurs. Do you have enough Solana in your wallet? That's impossible, Joselise. I hope you have good intentions, but a Sol scanner is never ever going to just make up for everything. Never, ever, ever. DCA. No, Mythical, you're my idol, bro. You're actually my inspiration when I first came in. Seriously. DCA plus you earn fees in the process, exactly. Is there any AI that could help with learning meme coins? Not really. But you can always ask questions to AI. If you're new to meme coins and you are unsure of something, feel free to ask it. I've recently started... What's up, Infinity Edge? I saw you follow me recently. I've recently started LPing and I've really learned a lot from just tuning into a couple streams. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, brother. Let me make sure I followed you back, bro. If you guys are interacting, like, I always got you. Whatever, I'll just search it. I remember it because it had INI, Infinity Edge. You play League of Legends, bro? Bro has to play League of Legends. Do you have a community, bro? Of course. Of course, if you guys want to join, this is my group chat. We try to keep it pretty moderated, and there's actually like just a lot of good information, a lot of good discussion each day. So if you want to join, feel free to screenshot and click that QR code. It should be able to join. If for some reason you can't, just DM me on TikTok. I'll try to look after and get you guys in. I'm so bad at League, but I still play it. Yes, good analogy, Gunna. But I will say, Despair, he's tagging Despair saying, it's like video games. You can watch videos to get better, but you have to play to get better. And I agree 100%. But with that being said, it's completely okay to tune into more streams and look at more videos on the page just to get a better idea of what's going on. And then you can go ahead and go to... Actually, my YouTube is not an awful place to start. I am planning on uploading more videos explaining LPing and stuff, but this is like the one video that you can just follow step by step. Like, you can follow this video for even Jimothy, and if you just open your first LP, you're gonna learn a lot. And you don't have to go in with a ton of size by any means. Like, put in even like 0.1 or 0.05. Like, it really doesn't matter. Just so you can see how the fee generation works as price moves within your range is really gonna help you out. I do have videos. Show the QR code again. I got you. If you guys are on desktop or the PC, you can print screen that. All right. I'll wait for a little bit longer, but I think we have to go to bed. It's like way too late, and I was literally this whole week I was fixing my sleep schedule. And what do you know? Fucking 3 a.m. go live. TikTok is popping for some reason. Agreed, Alex. And it's like, I know it's so annoying because no one really wants to hear this, but just start with a small size, and you don't have to make a ton of. I'm getting wrecked on this, Gunna. I'm getting wrecked, Gunna. At least the Trump pool is still in range. Whatever. One of these will pump. It's okay. It's okay. I was just complaining. I wasn't at all blaming you. Damn, you tweaked your neck, RJ. It's happened to me like once in my life, and it actually cooked me for like an entire week. So, good luck. Let's see what the Robin Hood LP portfolio is looking like. Hoodrat is my biggest L right now. Arrow's doing fine. Wallet is cooking really, really hard. I don't know, Vinny. I'm about to go, bro. I gotta go, Vinny. Bro, RJ, honestly, it's like so basic, but just take some aspirin. Kitty says he tweaked at working out last Saturday. Finally feeling normal. Bro, I swear that shit just happens like randomly. Like, you can't even plan for it. It's so cooked. Telegram Despair. The Telegram is where we tend to hang around and chat. Alright, guys. Honestly, we got enough yapping out. We got enough Bro, is LPing in Meteor the same as making a normal pool liquidity in a Dex? Not really, because Meteor, you're going to be able to determine your ranges. When you're LPing on AMMs, you have to deposit 50-50. You have to buy the token 50-50, and you can't control the ranges. So LPing on traditional AMMs is going to spread your liquidity infinitely to the upside. Like a normal pump AMM is never going to get fully sold out of because it's constantly rebalancing. But a Meteor DLMM is instead going to say, okay, my liquidity, I have tokens in wallet, and I'm going to sell out all of them at 15, or you can make it 25. So it's more you can concentrate your liquidity better, which is why a lot of people tend to like it. It's way easier to manage your trades, more like an actual trade at certain levels. Or if you wanted to bid this down to 2.2 mil, you could set up your Solana or Ethereum from this range, right? If you plan to have it sit here, and your liquidity is going to do more work because it's more concentrated as opposed to having it spread out infinitely to the bottom as well. What do you trade on? What website is this? I'm gonna give you. Actually, it doesn't really matter. But if you want to go on the website I'm using to trade, do met.crimexbt.com. This isn't the actual Meteor link. The actual Meteor link is meteora.ag. But I'm just trying to track how much traffic I'm sending to Meteora. So met.crimexbt.com is really the one I want you to use if you could. But this is like the general site. If you search Meteora Crypto, even on Google, it should be like the first one. Meteora Crypto. It should be the first one right here. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. I feel you, RJ. I feel you. It sucks. I miss just not having the energy I had when I was younger, too. Alright, I'm heading off. It's bedtime. It's bedtime, for real, for real, for real. If you guys want to learn more, drop a follow, look at the YouTube, follow the X, and I'll be live tomorrow. Hopefully around a decent time if I don't sleep too late. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. RJ, Kitty, Ali, Cyber, Infinity Edge if you're still here, Real, Gunna, as always, appreciate you. Everyone, I really appreciate you being in here, and thank you for keeping me company, and I will see you guys tomorrow. GG's, good night, Infinity. Good night, Kitty, good night, Kay. I didn't know you were in here, sorry. Alright, peace, fellas, peace.